everyone, I'm your host Neha and you're tuned into Durian Dreaming, the show that brings you extraordinary stories from seemingly ordinary experiences in Indonesia's fast-paced market. Let's dive into today's conversation with another inspiring guest. Hi everyone, welcome back to our show. Today we are jumping into a topic which affects each one of us very closely. So, if it means finding the right job opportunities, building a successful career, or navigating the job market, which feels it's changing faster than ever, we have someone with us who has seen this market up and close. Her work directly influences the way people find opportunities, the way employers hire, and the way talent grows within this country. Please welcome our next guest, Ms. Sawitri Soedarno. She's the country head of marketing for Jobstreet Indonesia. Hi, Savitri. Welcome to our podcast, Durian Dreaming. We are very excited to have you with us.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Neha. Thank you so much for inviting me to be one of your guests in your Durian Dreaming podcast.
It's a pleasure, Savitri. So, Savitri, you are at the center of Indonesia's job market ecosystem.
Yeah.
You must have seen millions of resumes, applications. You would have seen different employers' behavior, and you would have seen job market shifts. So, from where you sit, what is the biggest change that you foresee in the talent landscape in the next, say, 2 to 3 years?
I think the biggest shift is because of fast technology and AI change, which is create a different way of job seekers and also recruiters hirings. First thing first, also because of the COVID, how we work is also changed. So there is a great recalibrations on post pandemics that first thing first, candidate become more selective into what kind of company they want to work to, and also what is the culture of the company, what is the flexibility in the company, and it is not just salary. So work-life balance suddenly there. For COVID, work-life balance is not even one of the biggest thing in the candidate space. And for the employer itself, there is also a big shift that is more onto skill-focused hirings. So in the past, we check on which university are you from, what is your degree, but this is but now it's based on skill. So that is a biggest shift. And of course, the roles also shifting. Marketing roles in 10 years ago and marketing roles here is different because of technology. So that's why a lot of recruiters requires a candidate that has data analytic, digital and technology skills.
Yeah. So, Savitri, you talked about that how the way of working has shifted post-COVID, more hybrid, more flexible. How it's not just about salary, the requirement is different because of the AI influence and automation. So, based on the JobStreet data, what are the top three behaviors of job seekers that you have seen which gets them hired faster?
Jobstreet is a marketplace. It is only up to selection process or shortlist. And Jobstreet developed its platform with technology and improve AI. So that's why from the selection or shortlist point of view, important for candidate to really complete their profiles in the platforms. And how they complete profile in the platform, the candidate needs to put the right keywords according to their skill, their roles. So machine can learn their profile and also can match with hirers' employers' requirements. And usually those who 100% complete their profile with a right keyword has 3 times more get interview. And skill keywords really matter. So that's why when you candidates would like to apply for certain roles, they need to really understand what kind of skill on that roles. They can check at the platform the same role from different company. There must be a lot of commonality, and there must be a lot of skills that they have. So they need to input that into their profile. So the candidate who browse a lot, machine will learn the behavior.
Okay.
Machine understand what kind of jobs, and machine will matching it with the jobs that is like likely to get more interview there.
Despite all that, we've often seen or heard that ghosting is a huge frustration. So, why does ghosting happen? And what can candidates do differently?
Okay, I think the word ghosting we need to define, because when you talk to the people in the net, the netizen, right? They
Yeah.
are saying, "Oh, okay, hire ghosting me," and when we check, ghosting is meaning that in the platform they see that their profile has been read by the recruiters, but the recruiters do nothing. That is not ghosting. They are just not getting selected into a shortlisted potential candidate, right? But the ghosting can happen as well when recruiter has already been going an interview process, or there is a assessment process, and it is very important for the recruiters to always give the feedback, whether it is like negative feedback, like, oh, okay, sorry, you are not what we are looking for, or it is going to the next directions. A lot of recruiters probably they have too much on their plate, right? So they forgot to tell the candidates that they are not passed the test. But again, we need to be careful of the word ghosting. What kind of ghosting that the job seekers think?
Okay. So, are the CVs manually sorted or has the process become automated now?
If we are using platform like Jobstreet, right? Our product and technology is already super advanced to recruit candidate and to ensure that everyone get the right jobs and every recruiter get the right talents. Of course, with our AI that we develop, it is not manual anymore. We have profile that the candidate has to fill, and then we have CV to upload, and then at the same time, hirers or the recruiters already input their job requirement, and our Seek AI will look at that, and then we see the behavior of the certain recruiter in certain company. What is the behavior? And then the machine will provide the look-alike candidate that more likely to be a high fit for the recruiter or for the company. So that's why it is not by manually again, because filter that. First, AI can recommend, and second, there are a lot of filters that hirers can put into the platform. In Jobstreet, we have questions for candidate, which is the question is based on a library of our 28 years in the market. And today is our 28 years anniversary, by the way.
Oh, congratulations to Jobstreet for completing more than 2 decades in Indonesia.
Yes, but it's Seek. So Seek is our parent company. So Jobstreet is part of Seek, right? And there are 30,000 of questions that has answer based on experience, and all the hirers can input like 8 questions with multiple choice, and hirers can just filter. I only want to see the candidate who answers certain question for of the 8 certain answer for the 8 questions. So the filter are a lot. Probably they want to see based on skill, based on salary expectations, Everything is a lot.
Right. So across thousands of companies, what do employers consistently look for today?
They need to see the salary expectations, right? What is the salary expectations? Because they don't want to waste their time. That's why job seeker has to put salary expectations, and also the employer has to put also what is the range of salary that they will give to the for the roles. And second is about the skill. There is hard skill and there is also soft skill. Hard skill is a must. If you are a civil engineer, then you need to be good at civil engineering. But there are beyond only hard skill. A lot of people needs soft skills such as communication skill, because now the world is very fast. Big data is everywhere. That's why communication skill is important, because it is like to avoid any misunderstanding, and also not to slowing down everything because of miscommunications. And I think communication skill is something that a lot of young people now is lack of, because they are not used to communicate like we were in the past, right? A lot of instant messaging. So that is communication skill is also not only about instant, but it is also how to convey something in a structural manner, from context, objective into whatever we want to say. And the last thing is about assertive communication, which is listening skill. Active listening is important. And data analytic or creative problem solving is also very important. Currently, is a lot of things happening outside. Competition is tougher, and suddenly there are new technology and everything. And big data is easy to understand and easy to get, but how they can use that big data to become a strategic informations, how to read the trend, how to predict potential problem is very important. So it is like creative problem solving or data analytical skill is important now.
Right. Savitri, you mentioned that employer also looks at the salary range the job seeker has put in. Now, often the person who is looking out for opportunities may be flexible in the salary. So he or may be drawing X amount, but for a good role, may be willing to take a cut. So how does one navigate this question? Because if you put your current salary, the job seeker does not know. It may be higher than the range the employer is looking to hire in the brackets. So how does one answer this question?
I think in the when you be filling out the applications, we can say the salary is negotiable. If say I really want to move to another roles that is not my current roles, because I want to expand, right? And I know that probably in the new roles that I would like to be is my level is not the same level as whatever I am doing now. So I think just put negotiable. And also the most important thing is this candidate really understand what is my position right now. Sometimes there is the mismatch is happening because of the expectations of the candidate is too high compared to the skill that they have.
Right. And according to you, or according to Jobstreet data, which industries are hiring the fastest, say in the age bracket of 25 to 35-year-olds?
Well, I think it is moving quite a lot, right? Basically, if we are looking at the industry that has a lot of jobs and has a lot of hirers, mainly in the food and beverages industry. Of course, a lot of semi-skilled worker inside the food and beverages industry, and then also retail, wholesale, manufacturing. the industry is like looks like okay F&B, but in F&B there are a lot of other a lot of white collars roles as well, like becoming the manager in the managerials, in sales, in marketing. So yeah, so if you are asking about the sectors, that is the three sectors that are having a lot of ads and a lot of companies looking for candidates.
Right. And are the remote or hybrid jobs growing, or are they slowing down?
Nowadays is slowing down. Of course, the flexible working arrangement, hybrid work is becoming one of the important factors for some people. But I think a lot of companies now back to the 5 days per week. But there are still a lot of company like applying like 3 days work week.
Actually, that brings to my next question. So if I say skill gap, cultural fit, and retention, out of these three things, what is it that employers struggle the most with?
I think skill gap is not that important because we can train. Okay, as long as the the employee has the growth mindset and open mind to learn new things, and the company provide the right training, right? So skill gap is easy to fix.
Okay.
And retention, it depends because retention and cultural fit is sometimes is like strongly related, right? If the retention, if the attrition rate high because of cultural fit, then it is difficult because you know company culture is already just like that, and company won't change their culture except the companies really wants to change, right? So I think the most difficult part to fix is cultural fit. So it is easier for the job seeker rather than complain. They probably just move to another company or they need to adapt fast.
You know, there are people who have career gap in their CVs for whatever personal reasons. So do the employers look at those CVs with the raised eyebrow, or is the mindset changing?
Well, I don't have the data on that. So what I'm saying here is more onto observation. So it is probably for recruiter, it is difficult to understand that, right? Why? But I think nowadays, because there are, since the tech winter, a lot of people got laid off. So the career gap is more and more common nowadays, right? And also not only the tech winter, but it is because of AI and the fast development of technology. A lot of people and a lot of roles changed, right? So they got laid off as well. So I think when they see the career gap, it is more common. And to me, I think there is more acceptable than in the past.
So for fresh graduates who are seeking out opportunities, what kind of personal branding works for Indonesian companies or say Indonesian employers?
Okay, for fresh graduate, because they are like a blank paper, right? It's like no experience. That's why when I reach out to the university students, what I said to them is like, just try to fill the blank paper while you are still a student. Either you get the internship or you are going to be very active in organizations or creating something, a project to fill the portfolio, right? It is very important that you have a good grade. And when they got like homework or project from the university, just do it at your best, and probably it can be your portfolio as well. I think that is one thing that employers see, especially employer love to have students or fresh grad who has like organizations, activities when they are in at school. And I also told them, right, just go and join some of the community, like if they have like profession community or alumni community, whatever it is, just join.
Yeah.
Open the networking there.
Okay. So, as a head of marketing, and let's talk about the Jobstreet portal. What features are mostly underused by the job seekers, which can significantly help them in finding the opportunities?
I think what features is the filter. They can filter a lot, and they play around with the filters. And then sometimes job seekers don't understand that platform use AI. So just browsing, click. All the engagement is very important. I think that's it. Yeah. So it's very
Okay.
simple. It's very
Yeah.
simple, but they don't filter it correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you design campaigns that not only acquires users, but can also help them in finding the right opportunities? Before we wrap up, I have one last question. Right? For listeners who feel discouraged in finding the right job, what is the one message you want them to hear today?
I think it's a tough market now.
Okay.
So Indonesia is nowadays has the quite lowest unemployment rate, 4.7%, if I'm not mistaken. But in the segment of 18 to 24 is very high, is around 17%, which is it's very tough for fresh graduate or young people to find jobs. I think what you guys can do is never stop looking. Never stop while you are looking. Never stop to improve yourself, upskill yourself, and also please just make your own project while you're waiting to get the to get hired by the company. Keep learning and then keep trying, even if you have to send like 1,000 CV, or you should also open to relocate. If you are in Surabaya, probably you are okay to relocate to, I don't know, East Indonesia or wherever there is the opportunity come. Because landing the first job is the hardest. After you land your first job, it is easier to change or switch job.
Savitri, thank you so much for sharing such honest, practical, and data driven insights. I'm sure our listeners would walk away feeling more confident and with more clarity. So, thanks once again to be with us on the Durian Dreaming podcast.
Thank you so much, Neha, and hope that a lot of people feel inspired or get some insight with this podcast.
Sure. Thank you so much, Savitri.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that's a wrap for this episode of Durian Dreaming. I hope today's discussion sparked some new ideas for you. Don't forget to subscribe, share your thoughts, and stay tuned for more exciting stories. Until next time, keep dreaming big.